combining the functionality of custom GPTs with the editing capability of Canvas is a really efficient and powerful way to edit the outputs of the AIs that we create. But it's not obvious how you do it. So let's have a look at a couple of different ways that we can combine these together. So there's been a couple of changes to the interface just today, actually. And the Canvas feature used to be in this section here because it was still in beta, but it's now come out of beta as a full feature now. And this icon here has now been added. So you've got the attach a file if you're working with files to search the web. In here, you've also got searching the web here. There's the picture, which is using DALL-E. There's this O1 preview. There's the reasoning model, which is the exact same one that's there. There's nothing different. But the really new thing is to move the Canvas to here out of beta. So I hit Canvas and I was to say something like, write a LinkedIn post about pasta. Should be a really silly thing to do for lots of reasons, but this is the Canvas feature if you're not familiar with it. It brings up a canvas that we can work in, and it keeps the main thread on the left-hand side. So I might want to, for example, highlight one section of it and ask ChatGPT to only edit this section and leave everything else exactly the same. So I might just say, expand this section, and there you go. It's expanded that section and hasn't changed anything else. Whereas if you operate in a normal thread, it'll expand that section, but it'll rewrite everything else at the same time. And when you're working with larger bits of text, that can become quite annoying quite quickly. So that's fine. So that's the Canvas feature. The problem is, if I go into one of the pre-trained experts that we looked at in a previous video, then unfortunately this feature becomes disabled. So here we have the LinkedIn post writer that we looked at previously. And if you recall, this is basically trained up with the audience, which is trained up with the writing style, with research, with all the instructions that are representative of this particular company. Now, this LN stands for Lead Nexus, which is a fake company that I just created for demo purposes. But this particular LinkedIn writer expert trained for that company is not allowed to use the Canvas because this bit has been grayed out and is not in here either, which is a bit of a shame. Now, one way of doing it is we could just say, write post about networks. And then here you can see it's writing the post as we would expect it to. So another way to do it is to go like this, hit copy. Then if we were to open up a new ChatGPT, there we go. So now we've got two tabs open at the same time, which I do find very helpful working between two different threads. If you've got two different experts working together or something like that. Anyway, so copied from this tab, put it into this one. If we move into the Canvas mode, and then I say, put the following into the Canvas mode, I'll hit return. Then what it's done is it's taken that article that we had in this tab here, put it into the Canvas, and now we can do what we like. But it's a bit of a faff going kind of back and forth. So another way to do it is start with a clean thread. And then what we'll do is we'll go into Canvas mode first, hit space, and then we'll do @ln LinkedIn post writer. So I'm calling the LinkedIn post writer that we want. So I'm in the Canvas mode. I've called the expert, the pre-trained expert that we want. And then I'll say, write article about LLMs this time. So what it's done here is it's opened up the Canvas, but this time it's not actually put it into the Canvas, which is fine. We can live with that. We'll just say, move this into Canvas. Now it's reproducing it in the Canvas the way that we want to work with it. So there's a little bit of an extra step. Sometimes it will just open it up in the Canvas, depends what mood it's in. But yeah, again, we can do what we like. We can just say, not going to be particularly original. I'll just say expand again, because we're just demonstrating how it works. Now it's doing an analysis of the whole document. That's this kind of weird fading thing going on. And there you go. Done. Now we've done that, we'll come out. And what we might then say is something like, LinkedIn, let's bring in the image expert and say, create an image for this. And again, this is a pre-trained expert on this particular company's brand guidelines and all the rest of it. This isn't not for mine, this is for the fake one. So that's why we always get the same colors and styles and all the rest of it, because of the type of company. But that is the easiest way to work with Canvas and your pre-trained experts or custom GPTs at the same time.